Jai Gurudev student, good morning. Today we are going to take the chemical reactivity of hydrogen. So first of all, reactivity towards hydrogen. Chemical reactivity of group 15 in this one. First one is reactivity towards hydrogen. So with hydrogen they form the compound NH3, PH3, ASH3, SbH3. Now if I consider the bond dissociation enthalpy of NH3 is 389, decreasing. Why this decrease? If you have looked for the bond length of NH is little shorter than pH bond. So pH bond is greater than NH bond. So if bond is become larger, then it is easier to break. So it requires less amount of energy. Your bond length is inversely proportional to the bond dissociation enthalpy. So that part you remember. Next, we are doing the reactivity towards oxygen. So with oxygen they form the compounds of the type E2O3 with oxidation number +3 and E2O5 with oxidation number +5. In +5 oxidation state they wants electron, because if it is +5 it will take 2 electrons to form +3. So they are acidic in nature. Reactivity towards halogen. With halogen they form compounds of the type EX3 and EX5. Nitrogen cannot form compound of the type EX5 due to absence of d orbital. So nitrogen having no d orbital with that one, so it cannot form EX5. For EX5 we require to use the d orbital. Similarly, the last element bismuth has little tendency to form pentahalides, and BiCl5 due to you are not going to get that one due to the inert pair effect. +3 oxidation state is more stable than +5. These things already we have discussed. Reactivity towards metal. So thrice calcium plus N2Ca3N2 6Ca plus P4 twice Ca3P2. So next point we are taking the dinitrogen or N2. Very pure form can be obtained by thermal decomposition of sodium and barium azide BaN3 twice. So BaN3 twice on heating forming 3N2 plus Ba. 2NaN3 convert to 3N2 plus Na2 twice Na. So these things are formed. Preparation of ammonia. Preparation of ammonia already we have discussed in 11th also. So by Haber's process you can prepare the ammonia. It is N2 gaseous plus 3H2 gaseous reversible to NH3 gaseous, and del H is negative, means this reaction is exothermic. So one point student remember, since it is exothermic, low temperature will favor the reaction, and here the gaseous particle 1 plus 3, gaseous particle is 4, and in product side there is 2 gaseous particles are there. So if pressure is increases, the reaction proceeds of forward direction. So pressure high, temperature low is the favorable condition. The reaction is reversible exothermic reaction. The favorable conditions for these reactions are low temperature. Since the forward reaction is exothermic, therefore the low temperature will favor the formation of ammonia. However, too low temperature will slow down the rate of the reaction, and hence optimum temperature 700 Kelvin is chosen. High pressure favors the reaction towards forward reaction. Presence of catalyst. So in this reaction iron oxide is used as catalyst and molybdenum is used as promoter. So these things you have to remember. Then properties of ammonia. Number one, the higher melting and boiling point of ammonia. Ammonia means ammonia having lone pair of electron, and it can form hydrogen bonding. So since it can form hydrogen bonding, so its melting point and boiling point is high due to hydrogen bonding. Now, chemical properties of ammonia. Ammonia react with water forming ammonium hydroxide. It is dissociate in water forming NH4 positive and OH negative. Means it is liberating OH negative. The basic nature of ammonia shows that reaction. So FeCl3 plus NH4OH, the forming brown precipitate of this one. So if you adding the ammonium hydroxide in FeCl3, you will get brown precipitate. This is confirms the formation of presence of iron 3. Similarly, more reactions are there. Ammonia helps in the detection of metal ions such as copper dipositive, silver positive, etc. Copper dipositive when react with ammonia forming CuNH3 4 times deep blue. In the test tube, it is used for the detection of copper ion. Then you will get the deep blue color presence of copper 2 ion. Silver similarly react with ammonia forming diamine silver 1 chloride. So this is diamine silver 1 chloride. It is a colorless precipitate in cut. Now, structure of oxides of nitrogen. NO2 having structures like that. Now in this one there is a 1 electron is there. So how many electrons around that nitrogen? 1 plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7 means its octet is not completed. This is a 7 electron system. So this two 1 electron if they combine, both having 8 electron, and hence they achieve stability. So NO2 is a brown gas. NO2 is acidic in nature. NO2 is a odd electron molecule. NO2 is paramagnetic. Paramagnetic means unpaired electron is there in gaseous state. NO2 is a diamagnetic in solid state as it dimerizes. So in NO2, the nitrogen atom contains 7 electrons around it, which is 1 electron short from the octet. That is why it dimerizes to achieve octet configuration and hence stability. Similarly, the structure of N2O4, these things you have to draw. Then structure of N2O5, one oxygen shared between two nitrogen atoms. Next, what you have to read about the nitric acid. It is an oxoacid of nitrogen and it is prepared by Ostwald process. 4NH3 plus 5O2 in presence of platinum forming 4NO plus 6H2. This nitric oxide that is formed is react to the oxygen forming nitrogen dioxide. Then nitrogen dioxide reacting water forming HNO3. So these things you have to remember. The structure of this one is important. This is the structure. If resonance takes place, this takes the double bond. Now in resonance hybrid, this is one single bond. You are seeing that this is a partial double bond character, and due to partial double bond character, these NO bonds are shorter than this NO bond. So NO bond in HNO3 is shorter than NO bond in NOH. Is in HNO3 due to partial double bond character in the first one. Properties of nitric acid. The nitric acid reacts with water forming H3O positive plus NO3 negative. Nitric is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes copper both in its dilute solution or in the concentrated solution, forming copper nitrate like this. Now, chemistry of Browning test. Now, Browning actually we are forming in the salt analysis. For that, first of all, the solution containing NO3 negative ion must be there, and dropwise concentrated HNO3 you have to add. By that glass rod you are adding concentrated HNO3. Third solution is freshly prepared FeSO4 solution you have to add. In that one you will get a brown tin developed in the point of intersection between these two solution. At the point of intersection you will see that a browning is developed like that. So this is why this browning is formed, and in shortcut way this is we have taken there is a salt solution plus FeSO4 solution freshly prepared you have to do, otherwise ferrous become ferric. Then concentrated H2SO4, a browning developed between the salt solution and the concentrated H2SO4 solution containing NO3 negative. So NO3 negative plus thrice Fe dipositive plus 4H positive forming NO plus 3 Fe dipositive plus 2 water. So FeH2 6 times dipositive plus NO. This is your ring of browning formula. FeH2 5 times NO. This one point you have to remember. What is the formula of browning?